Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex of the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box right there at the top, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. Welcome on in. Comment the word Boho, B-O-H-O, and I'll send you the supply list for everything I'm using. Let me get this shared over in to my broadcast channel. You're probably going to hear some dogs in the background. So I apologize for that, but we are going to do this boho frame that was in my last mystery box. So if you are new around here, I did a patriotic mystery box last month actually. And so this interchangeable frame was one of the items in there, and I ended up adding it to my website. So that's what we're going to paint today, and then we are going to do some of the inserts and all of that. Okay, so when y'all pop on, say hey. Let me get that shared into the broadcast channel, and then we will get started with our painting. Good morning, Colleen. How are you? All right, so this is a small little interchangeable frame. Y'all, we've been loving all the interchangeables lately. So it's a small little boho frame and all of these little inserts. I have 12, I think, different inserts on the website. So if you want to use a transfer, you can use a transfer. But then there's also like this one that says "You Are My Sunshine." I apologize if you can hear Tucker barking. Tucker! The two big dogs are playing. So then we've got that one right there. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Janice. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started and start painting. The dogs are driving me a little nuts. So hold on. Oh my gosh. Hey, stop it. All right, stop it. Oh. Sorry, y'all. It's like a zoo around here. Thomas's dogs are over here visiting for a little bit. And so, you know, we all got to just bark at each other. Hi, guys. Yes, y'all can hear Tucker. He was on here barking away. So we're going to we really only need to paint the two frames because, y'all, this back piece is going to be covered up by whatever insert we put in there. So that doesn't really matter to paint. So we're just going to paint the frames. And I kind of was thinking, what if we did like a chippy look? Do we like that idea? I hope so, because that's what we're going to do. So, that's okay. You're fine. Good morning, Sharon. Yay! And Melinda, oh, hold on. Oh, my gosh. Boom. Oh, these dogs are driving me nuts. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to paint this white. But we're first going to add some wax to it. Oh my gosh. This live has already started out a little crazy. Boom! I apologize, y'all. It's not normally this crazy around here. But we've got 4 dogs in this little old house. So, we're just going... Deep breath. Hi, guys. All right, let's soften this up, and we are going to do a little bit of a like chippy look. So I'm going to use wax as kind of my medium to do the chippy part. So I'm going to get this nice and soft. Y'all, I'm so sorry. This has been a cluster of a live already. Boom. And I have to watch Boone's water intake or he'll, you know, make himself vomit if he drinks too much. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, there we go. Oh, my word, y'all. Hi, guys. Hi, Lisa. Oh my word. It has been a morning already. Thanks, Michelle. When they are barking, driving us nuts, and when it's quiet. Yeah, exactly. They're like children. When it's too quiet, they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. So I'm using my surface wax from Chalk, and I'm just going in and I'm just going to kind of add this to the frame. And I am softening up with my heat gun to make it a little bit easier to spread. You could do this with Vaseline. You could do it with candles, all of that. I'm just using what I have in my hand. Yeah, there's something. There's always something going on around here. So I appreciate y'all being so sweet. Hi, Susie. And so understanding. Hi, Sharon. All right. We're going to get this on here, and then we're just going to paint it white on top. And I hope this works. We're just using a little bit of our surface wax to kind of make it look a little bit more chippy-ish. All right. I think that's good. Okay. Now we're going to go on top with our white paint and paint this. You're heavy-handed. Me too. Me too. I'm wondering if I should use a brush instead. Let me use a brush. Okay. So we're going to go on top, and then at the end, once this dries, what we'll do is we'll take a little like scraper and we'll scrape off where that wax was, and that brown will shine through. So if y'all are still here, thank you. What is everybody up to today? What are y'all doing this weekend? So this, I was talking about at the beginning of my live, and then, you know, mayhem ensued with the dogs. You know, of course, as soon as I go live, then we all start to lose our minds. This was actually an item in my last mystery box. And my people who got the mystery box, they got the frame and 3 inserts. So I decided to do this, and I'm going to show y'all how you can use the blank insert, because we're going to put a transfer on that. But everything I'm using today, the cutouts are all 25% off, and all of the inserts are 25% off as well. I think there's 12 in there. So you should be able to find something you like in time to stock up on those items. So, hi Patricia. Hello Brenda. Good afternoon, Miss Cruz. I have no clue. I think that came from a Sharpie that I've been using to like check orders before I ship them. And I've washed my hands I don't know how many times and it will not come off. Trying to get my strength back. Oh no, Miss Colleen, what's going on? I think we're going to do another coat of the white, but let's get this dry. Hi, Donna Glaze. We're going to get this dry, and then we're going to use this guy to make it look a little chippy. We're going to see how it turns out. I probably put a little too much wax, but it's okay. All right, we're going to do another coat of the white. I poured out way too much white on here, but I want this white to be nice and bright. Typically, I've just done one coat when I've done the chippy method, but we're going to see how this turns out. And if you're watching me and you are a chippy expert, I am here for all of the suggestions. I don't do this method very often, so, and we'll clean up the edges since I'm being a little bit of a messy painter. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning, Maureen. Oh, Miss Colleen, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, let me know. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, it was in the mystery box. It was in the Patriotic mystery box. And so I've added all the inserts I have already onto the website. So I think the frame is like $9, and then each insert, like this, is $4.50. So they're all 25% off until midnight. So hang out till the end, see if you like it. I thought let's do something a little bit smaller. But I'm loving all the interchangeables. Hi, Patricia. Good morning, Dawn. Hello, Rhonda. All right, let's get this dry. Move that over there. And I'm definitely going to have to clean up my edges. I probably should just paint the edges at this point, huh? Should I just paint them? Let's just go ahead and paint them. All right. So I'm just going to paint the edges around this guy. It's just going to be easier than trying to go in with a black marker like I typically do and clean this up, just because I've already made such a mess. So we're just going to paint that white. Yay! Yes. I've been racking my brain. There's another insert. So in all honesty, there was another insert that a brand new interchangeable I wanted to do today. I thought, you know what? No, let's wait till after I get back from Mexico to do that, so then that way I can show y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, that's Theo. So we're gonna do that when I get back, which I posted a picture several months ago over in my VIP group of that interchangeable frame. So we'll do that when I get back. Howdy, Kathy. How are you? So if you're new to me, hello, my name is Alex. I love to do like wood cutout crafts, and I use a lot of the Chalk Couture stencils. And then a little bit about me is I'm from Texas. I live in the San Antonio area, and I used to be a teacher. I taught for 11 years. All right, I'm making a big old giant mess, but that's okay. Hi, Deb. Yeah, I'm going to Mexico here in a little over a week. So I'm excited. I'm ready for a break. I'll be busting my butt. Yo, I'm making a giant mess. I'll be busting my butt to get your orders out. So, hi, Shanna. All right. It's not perfect. It's fine. It's for me. So, let me wipe this up. Let's dry it real quick, and then we will do the chippy method. I live in San Antonio. Oh, retired last May. Michelle, God bless you, girl. I taught for 11 years, and I was done. I was done. COVID just changed it all, which I know people probably hate hearing, but it's true. COVID changed the teaching, the education world. All right. I'm going to go through, I'm going to pick up all of this extra white paint that I have sitting right here. I'm just going to use my makeup sponge so I don't waste any. Okay. We're going to clean this up. Then we're going to do our chippy method, and we're going to see how this turns out. From Australia. Well, welcome on in, Miss Rhonda. I have another, I don't know if Michelle's here. I have a customer who orders for me all the time from Australia. And we just love her. Her name is Michelle. All right, let's dry. And then let's see how this turns out. Fingers crossed, right? So if you're just jumping on, comment the word Boho. That will get you the supply list for everything I'm using. Or if you want to go check out the frame. Can y'all hear Tucker? If you want to check out the frame and the, Tucker! Enough! Tucker! Oh my gosh. Oh my word. My dogs are driving me nuts today. Comment the word Boho. You can go check out everything I'm showing, or in the pinned comment, there is a link where you can shop the inserts and the base and grab what you need, okay? All right, so we're going to take our paint scraper, and remember, we use the wax to kind of, ooh, I like that, to kind of be our little medium to where we could scrape up some of this paint. Boom. He's like a child. So if you are new here, y'all, I have 2 dogs. I have an Australian Shepherd named Boone, and I have a miniature long-haired dachshund named Tucker. But Thomas, my boyfriend, has his 2 dogs over here. So we have a cattle dog and a big old lab, which I don't know if you can see him right there. That's Theo. And I don't live in a very big house, so we don't have a whole lot of room for everyone. So there's kind of what we have. I'm not hating it. It did work. What do y'all think? Do we like it? Now, if you wanted the brown behind it to be darker, then you would base paint it in brown and then go over it, do your wax, and then go over it with the white. Hi, Denise. All right. Let's see how this looks here in a second. Let's see how this looks. I'm kind of loving this. What do y'all think? You can be honest. All right, so here is, ooh, y'all, I like this. All right. What do y'all think? Do y'all like the chippy look, or should we kind of do a little bit more? Oop, oop. There's what we have. All right. Do y'all like that? I'm going over a little bit more. Love it. Okay, cool. Sweet. Yay. All right, let's go ahead and glue this. So I'm going to start with gluing this part down first, okay? So we're going to glue our base together first, and then we'll go in and start the inserts. Hi, Patty. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Now, y'all, something I didn't think about is that backboard, the edge. We'll clean it up. We'll figure it out. So I'm using stick fast glue to adhere all of my stuff. You use whatever glue that you like. We're gonna go in around the edge and do the outer edge. And of course I get glue all over my hands every time. Hi, Nancy. All right. So there is our base frame. Now, like I said, you could do this chippy method with any 2 color combination. Like you could do the base in white, add your wax on top, then paint on top in black. You could get real fun with it. All right. Then the back of it, you're gonna have your little easel. So the way that this works is, one, let me make sure I glue this correctly. Go, it's gonna go like right here. So I'm gonna you're gonna glue this part down first, okay? And then I'm gonna put glue in the slots right here. I should probably let that set up before I do anything, but it's fine. Then you're gonna put one of these into the slot, okay? You're gonna thread this through on one side. Then you're going to take your other piece, thread it through, and then put this into the slot back here, and it'll all set up. But I'm going to put that to the side and let it dry for right now. All right, so I have the blank option. We're going to do that one here in a second. I'm going to let y'all take a vote on which insert we should do, okay? So this one is summer, and it has a little watermelon. Or we have this one that says, "You are my sunshine," with some sunflowers. Which insert do y'all want to do today? But all of these, the frame and all of the inserts are 25% off on my website. Just comment the word boho and you'll get the info. You're good, Miss Sharon. Which one do y'all, did I do? I did not. No, I didn't. I did not do those culling. I had a feeling it was going to be the sunshine one. Okay, the sunflowers. All right, if we have time at the end, we'll do the watermelon one. All right, so what I like to do, y'all, with my wood, it's not burned, it's just the glue. So I'm going to take a wet wipe. You could do this with a paper towel and some water. And we're just going to wipe up all of that glue that's sitting on top of the cutout. Okay. And just wipe all that off. And we're going to do the same thing with the middle part. So I don't know if you can tell. Cover up my face. Do you see, like, right here? That's where I've wiped off, and right here is where I haven't. So wiping the glue off the wood does help. Oh no, I'm sorry if you are getting a message for the word sunflower. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to. I'll have to go turn that off. I apologize, y'all. All right, let's wipe this off. And then we're gonna do the background in like a dark blue. The wording in white. And obviously the sunflowers in yellow. But that's a little hint. If you notice, this is something I always talk about on my lives. If you do wood cutouts, if you paint wood cutouts and you paint it white, and it's yellowing, more than likely the wood has glue sitting on top, and that's what's causing your paint to yellow. So just take a wet wipe and wipe off all that glue. That's all been sitting on there. Okay. It'll come right off. And it should help with the yellowing. All right. A little bit more. I know this part isn't fun, but it is a good tip if you are purchasing cutouts pretty much from anybody. I know I use MDF. I don't know about other types of wood, but that's just a little, ooh, we could do the background in home. Let's do that. So this is last month's color of the month with chalk, and they actually brought it back for a limited time. So you can snag this color on the chalk website if you add, oh, that had white on it. If you add stuff like $75 to your cart. And y'all, there's a huge chalk sale going on. Huge. So I recommend you go check it out. Ooh, yeah, that's like the perfect blue. That's exactly what I was looking for. Now, I like to use a combination of acrylic paint, chalk paste to paint. Use whatever you prefer. I have really been enjoying painting with acrylic paint lately. But you can paint with your chalk paste. So we're just going to go in with this home color. This is like the perfect, one, patriotic color, but two, like the perfect dark blue. Hi, Linda. All right. And if y'all have asked questions and I missed them, please put them in the comments again. I'm not ignoring you. I just sometimes miss the questions. All right, let's dry. And let's see how we like this. Maybe. I know. And they're adding more, Angie. Today. They're adding more transfers to the sale tab today. So don't miss out on it. That's okay, Linda. Speaking of, if y'all like, you know, my crafts, or you like me, you want to see more of what I do, make sure you're in the broadcast channel. Right down there in the pinned comment where it says comment Boho, open up that message and the link that says get live alerts. Click on that link and join my broadcast channel. I send out messages when I go live. I really try not to blow up y'all's messages in there. So I like send out notifications when I'm live, like any deals or sales with chalk or on my cutouts. I send them in there. But I don't send out messages, like multiple messages a day. They should be posted now. I haven't looked. I just remembered when Angie said that. All right, let me wipe up my hands. I got blue everywhere. Okay. And then we're going to go in and we're going to paint the You Are My Sunshine in white. Okay. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm actually going to get out a piece of painter's tape to paint this. It's a little bit easier to paint these smaller pieces when they are like on a piece of tape. Personally, that's what I think. So, all right, we're going to go in with white. It's going to need a couple of coats. So, and I like to use my makeup sponges. I think I am starting to prefer the sponges over brushes. I get mine from Amazon. We are going to paint this white. All right, let's do a giveaway. Let's get y'all talking. So, to get entered into the giveaway, all you have to do is tell me where you are watching from. And if you are a first-time watcher, let me know that too. If you are a first-time watcher or where you're watching from. So excited to plan on spending time. Oh, how fun! Well, this is the perfect time to get some of that stuff. I mean, there's transfers from all different holidays and seasons. So even if you see like a Valentine's Day transfer that you like, grab it. Because it's on my Throwback Thursday sale. Yes. I will be having my Throwback Thursday sale in my VIP group this evening. So make sure that you're in there as well. All right, let's see. Michelle's from San Antonio, which she said that earlier. Hi, Linda. Janelle's here. Cindy Forkle. Cindy Forkle, send me a message. I will send you some happy mail. Ooh, T's Crafty Ranch. Terry, I know. I need to clean mine. Ask you where you get your makeup. Oh, you're so funny. So Cindy Forkle, Tammy Gross. And let's pick one more person. Lisa Bellwood. So Lisa Bellwood, Cindy Forkle, and I think it was Tammy Gross. Send me a message, and I will send you some happy mail. Just send me a message saying, hey, I won, and then what I'll do is I'll send you a form to fill out so I don't lose your info, and you'll get that filled out, and I'll send it to you. Welcome, Tamara. I'm in Texas, too. Hi, Virginia. Miss Susie in New Braunfels. I think I told you I taught New Braunfels for 10 years. Sure did. I loved it. All right. That looks good. I'm going to just set this here for right now. Let's pull out our sunflowers. Now this is where I always struggle, is with the yellow. We're going to go in with this one. Hi, Deb. Y'all know what? It just is what it is. Either the mailman's here or, you know, someone's walking by the house. Boom. Enough. I bet it's nothing. And I apologize if my two dum-dums set off your dogs. Why did I quit teaching? Well, one, I was not happy anymore teaching. I loved the kids. I loved teaching, but I mean, I don't really want to get too much into it because I know people have their own opinions. But things just changed a lot after COVID, and I just was very unhappy. It heightened my anxiety quite a bit. I've had some negative experience with parents who were threatening me when they didn't have the whole story, and that moment kind of changed that experience changed my love for teaching. no job is worth being threatened over. And so after that, I taught for a couple more years, and I just didn't love it as much as I used to. So I unintentionally started my business, not with the intention to quit teaching. And my business kind of took off, and here I am. I miss working with kids. I love working with kids. I love kids. That was my favorite part of my job, is I absolutely loved being with the kids. But parents got a little crazy after COVID and even before COVID, and I just wasn't worth it anymore. Thanks, Janelle. I taught at Morningside, Susie, off of Ruckel. I'm sorry, Shanna. Oh, and there's Tucker again. That's okay, Michelle. It is what it is. Not to get too much into it, the parent didn't have the full story and just assumed a lot of things. Plus, her child was not being honest, and then it came out that her kid was being honest. Tucker, enough! No more! Stop! Sorry, y'all. And so, it was something. I taught mainly kindergarten and first grade. I taught third grade for my first 2 years of teaching, and then I stayed in kindergarten and first grade after that, and I loved it. Exactly, Billy. And no, don't get me wrong. There are some not great teachers out there, right? I'm sure everyone's had an experience with a not great teacher, and I understand. But we weren't listening to understand what was going on. We just jumped to conclusions, and that's what happened. And it turned out where her kid came out and told the truth, which is what I was saying the whole time. And she did apologize, but at that point, releasing my name on social media and rallying parents to physically hurt me, not joking. I was just kind of done after that. Really wasn't worth that anymore. So it's all good. There are, and and that was I hate to say it, that was a very, most of the time I had wonderful parents. That was an exception, I guess, to the rule. And so, unfortunately, it just kind of changed my viewpoint on teaching. It just wasn't worth it anymore. Yeah. After I started, now I do campus supervisor monitor. Yeah. I would love to go back and teach or work with kids if I didn't have to deal with parents, That sounds terrible. And most of my parents, like I said, were absolutely wonderful. It just takes, I guess, one bad apple to kind of ruin it for everybody. So, yeah, absolutely, Billy. Yeah. And I don't want to get into the politics of it all, but that's just kind of a reason why I quit. I just didn't love it as much anymore. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, here we go. It was traumatic for sure. It was, and with the ironic part of it all, y'all, not even joking, while this is all going on, I won Teacher of the Year at my campus. So it was just ironic that, I was going through that experience, but then winning Teacher of the Year. So it's just kind of funny. Exactly, Maureen. I'm still teaching. I'm just teaching y'all, my crafters. Lynn, it's not a kit. It's just you can go in and add what you want, but everything is 25% off. I've looked into the online teaching, Billy. I can't find one that I, love. I don't know. Or one that I don't have to get up at 3 in the morning to teach online. I don't know. If you have a good recommendation, let me know. I had a parent threaten me to say, oh, yeah, no. No. All right, let's start gluing. So I'm going to use my Stick Fast glue. Try not to put too much on here. Exactly, Darlene. But your wood is scored, so you know exactly where to put all of your pieces. And we will distress here in a second. Oh no, Lynn, I'm sorry. Lynn, if you go in, like if you go to your tracking and then go to like the USPS website, if you put in your phone number, sometimes that gets things moving for you. Yeah, comment the word boho. All the cutouts I'm using are 25% off. So you can save a little bit today. But we are going to distress our sunflowers. Okay, there's that one. My school has gone on last year's, looks like, yeah. Yeah, I met my best friend Haley, who's on here sometimes through teaching. We taught kindergarten together for several years. And she's getting she's still there, but she's gotten out of the classroom she was doing coaching teachers, and then now she's completely out and she's working at district. So, and she did say, she's like, it's getting bad. You know, and with Texas doing the voucher system, I don't want to get into, I'm not trying to go political, y'all. Let's change the subject. I was so excited it was going to be delivered. Said, oh no, I'm sorry, Lynn. You could also call them. Since it's at your local, I would call them. It's like, hey, can I come get it? That's what I would do. All right, I'm going to go in with a little bit of white distressing ink. And I'm just going to distress the edges of this. Ooh, y'all, we've got some time. All right. I love this white ink. All right, that looks good. Yeah, let me know, Billy. Angie, that's not for a whole nother week, girl. Heck no. That's going to be, so we're actually leaving, we fly out Sunday out of Austin, but we're going to drive up Saturday evening and spend the night there since our flight is early. So actually leave Saturday, here in the afternoon. So packing will be a Saturday problem. I haven't even thought about it. My mom's like, Alex, have you picked out your outfits? No, Mom. I've got other things going on. Thank you, Denise. Is it taco night? Yeah, it's Mexican food night. So I go to dinner. If you're new here, I go to dinner with my parents pretty much every single Thursday. And we go to the same Mexican food restaurant every single time. And we've been doing that since I was in high school. So we're going to go do that tonight. So. Oh, you're good, Angie. Thanks, Dawn. Good morning, Sarah. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. I love coming on here. Ooh, look at that. Okay, we're going to let that set up, but let's put it in our frame. I'm going to Mexico. Look at that. Okay. I don't want it. I gotta let the sunflowers dry a little bit. Yeah. Every Thursday for the most part. It's rare that we miss one. All right. So let's do, I'm going to do a quick one, okay? I'm going to show you how to use a transfer with one of these. Now, the size 8 transfers are going to be your best bet, or like any cut apart that you might have. I'm going to paint this in a bright color. I want this in, we're going to do the gingham blue, okay? Thanks, y'all. So, like I was telling y'all, this was in my last mystery box. I'm having a new mystery box come out, my summer mystery box come out this weekend. So make sure you're in that broadcast channel, because I'm going to show y'all, I'm not going to show y'all what's in the box, but I'm going to go over the mystery box on Sunday instead of a live sale, and I'll let y'all grab the mystery box. You'll only have a couple of days to snag it, because I've got to cut it off so I can get it all cut and shipped before I head out on Sunday or Saturday. Yes. All right, so we're going in with the gingham blue. And if we have time, we'll do the third one, the watermelon. I don't think it should take us too long, but I wanted to show y'all how to do this with a transfer, because in the Patriotic Mystery Box that this came in, you got a blank one. So any transfer that will fit on here, so size A, a cut apart, anything. Y'all, that blue is so pretty. We're going to use this guy that says hi, and we're going to do it in a bright color. Let's do it in, let's see, what color? We'll go raspberry sorbet. I'm not going anywhere this Saturday. Next Saturday, I'm headed out of town. Yes, Miss Linda, I love this blue. So, I'll be here. I'm going to try to go live every day up until I leave. So, and I've got fun stuff planned while I'm gone. Like some sales and stuff. So, all right. So this transfer is on sale. This is normally $11, and I want to say if you're a Perks member, this one is like $3, maybe $4. I don't, Donna, but I can look and see if I can, ooh, I don't, but I can see if I can find something, like it to add. The Moroccan, you could add the Moroccan transfer. There's so many fun things you could do with this. All right, we're going to wax. Okay, I'm going to apply a little bit of surface wax to this because we painted it and we don't want that sticky transfer to pull up the color. And then we are going to pull this off. So you can use transfers with these. You just got to find one that fits. It is a smaller surface. I know I offer typically pretty large surfaces like this Interchangeable, about the mason jar behind me. And I know some people are limited on space. So I like to offer some smaller stuff too for my friends. And this fits perfectly. Maybe we should just do white. Should we do white? What do y'all think? Maybe we just do white instead of the pink. Let's do white. All right. We're going to go in with our white chalk paste. Cover this up. You could add a design to this, like a pattern to the background, like Miss Linda was saying, and then chalk on top. The possibilities are endless, but I did want to show y'all that you can use transfers with the blank insert. And you can do whatever you want. Oh, and it bled on me. We'll fix it. Okay, there's the hide. Yes, I will do a smaller mason jar. I sure will. I'm going to try to get that posted today. So, yay! Okay, so that's official. That means the transfers that I was talking about just got added to the specials tab, or the sale tab. So there's more transfers on sale over on the website. All right. Wipe this off. Okay, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to spray it again. And then we are going to scrub it. Making sure it's nice and clean. And dry this off. So, if you like the chalk stencils and all of that, make sure you become a Perks member first. It's just a VIP member program, but you get 30% off of everything, including sale stuff. So, it's $20 a month. You get that back in a project credit each month to use towards a purchase. So you spend $20, you get $20 to use on an order. And then you get additional discounts on top of the 30 when we have like little sales like this. I like to use a wipe on top. I think it just helps get it cleaner, and most of that gunk, the chalk, the paste doesn't transfer to your board eraser. But it's just personal preference. There's nothing, it's whatever you want to do. Okay, so my paste did bleed a little bit right here. Not the end of the world. What we're going to do is we're just going to take a brush. That's okay, Yvette. We're going to take a brush and we're going to clean it up. What does that say? Can you post? Yeah, it's on the website. Are you saying like you want a finished picture of it? Is that what you're saying? All right. Let's dry this. All right, let's see it in the frame. So here is our little mini small boho frame. This has different inserts on my website. All the inserts I have are listed on the website, so you don't have to wait for me to launch anymore. So there is the You Are My Sunshine. Or you can get the blank. Is it not on there? Or you can get the blank, the high. Let me go look. I mean, I believe you. Maybe that's why my number was off. Let's see. Oh, you're right. Yes, I will get that listed. I know why it's not up there. Yes. Call Shanna. I will list the summer one. So this summer watermelon one that I have, I know why it's not listed on there. I will get it listed after my live. But that's the blank option. So you can use with a transfer if you want to, or you can get all the different inserts. That's why my number is off. If I should have sanded down in here. That's why it's not fitting. There we go. Or we have that one. So there are about to be 12 different inserts that you can put on here. They're all 25% off. So the frame itself is usually $12. You can get it for $9. And then each additional insert is $4.50. It'll be 25% off. You don't need a code or anything. You have a door hanger with insert. Do you have like an idea of what you're looking for, Miss Yvette? What do y'all think? Do y'all like the sunshine one? I will list this one right after my live. I'll take a picture and post it. So when you comment the word boho, B-O-H-O, go to the first link. That's what is listed in here. I will actually drop the link in the comments for y'all. But everything I am using, all the cutouts and stuff like that, are listed on my website. I will get the summer one listed for you, but everything is 25% off until midnight. At midnight, the prices will change and it'll just be regular retail, okay? But there it is. Go grab it. I really like the chippy look of this. What do y'all think? I like it. And then the blank option. Okay, Lynn, send me an email. But there it is, y'all. That's our project for today. This is all 25% off. Go grab it on the website. I'll take a picture of this, add it, and I'll let y'all know when it's added. But I had fun doing this. This was from our mystery box, from the Patriotic Mystery Box, and we will have a brand new mystery box coming on Sunday. So be sure that you're signed up in the broadcast channel so you know when I go live, and that way you can hear about all of the things for our summer mystery box on Sunday. Are there any questions before I hop off? I'm going to pick a winner. I'm going to pick a winner here in just a second. But you can also purchase the blank option and use transfers with them as well. Yes, Virginia, I will message you. Can someone reply to Virginia and let her know I will message her after my live? So, ooh, I like that too. That's pretty. I think that'd be really pretty with like a pattern on the background. But if there's no questions, we'll do our giveaway. Yes, comment the word boho, or it's also in the pinned comment for y'all, and I also dropped it in the comments for you. So lots of different ways you can go grab this. If you have a question, you can send me a message. Let's do our giveaway. So let's do the word sunshine. Comment the word sunshine, and the 5th person to comment that word will win some Happy Mail. I wanted to have a door hanger. I'm looking for a door hanger. I do have one, Yvette. I just haven't shown it. I have so many interchangeables that I want to do. I just haven't done it yet. See Virginia's question. I did. I will message her after. All right. Thanks, Donna. Dolores was 1, Denise was 2, Michelle Harrison was 3, Angie was 4, Barbara Conrad, you were number 5, and I'm going to go down 4 more. Anita, Michelle, Yvette, and Lynn. So Barbara Conrad and Lynn, you were today's winners, along with our 3 other winners earlier today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope y'all go grab your boho frame. I'll get the watermelon added here in just a second. But I am kind of obsessed with this little mini frame. Perfect for like a tiered tray, a little shelf. It doesn't take up a ton of room. So I will see y'all tomorrow at some point. I'm going to try to go live. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will for sure see you on Saturday for Swap Out Saturday. Make sure you're in the VIP group. We're going to do a Throwback Thursday sale. So if you like cutouts and you want to see if you can snag some on a discount, make sure you're in the VIP group. All you have to do is just comment boho and then go to your messenger and check where it says my free groups. Click on that and go join my VIP group. And I will see y'all this evening for Throwback Thursday. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Maybe. I can turn off my live.